Oh, he's got such a big knot. He's got such a big knot. He's got such a big knot to work through.
Water beer, water beer.
His English is honestly terrific. I don't know, but it's great. It's very good pronunciation. 9 out of 10.
Why does he sound like he's from Texas?
He probably learned English from Westerns. Oh yeah, this is a good